The fast food industry is crumbling faster than a soggy burger bun, and 2025 might just be the year we witness some of its biggest names vanish for good. Skyrocketing costs, cutthroat competition, and a complete shift in what consumers want. It's a recipe for disaster. From soaring beef prices to messy union battles and digital flops, even the most iconic fast food giants are struggling to stay in the game. Brace yourself, because today we're counting down 20 fast food chains that could be gone by the end of 2025. Why number 6 most famous fast brand is closing nationwide? Let's dive in before it's too late. 1. Taco Bell, the so-called live mass champion, is having a hard time living up to its slogan. Taco Bell is under fire as competition from trendier, fresher Mexican-inspired spots like Chipotle and Cava heats up. Even after rolling out dozens of new menu items in 2023 and 2024, like the short-lived $5 Ultimate Nacho Party Box, sales per location still tanked by 7% year over year, according to QSR Insights. For a brand that once nailed the formula of bold flavors and budget-friendly prices for younger audiences, this decline is a big deal. But it gets worse. Beef prices skyrocketed by a jaw-dropping 88.5% in 2024, turning Taco Bell's iconic value menu into more of a liability than a draw. Portions are shrinking, quality is slipping, and customers are definitely noticing. A 2024 Market Force survey put Taco Bell's customer satisfaction score at just 67%, way below the fast food average of 75%. And the hits keep coming. Parent company Yum Brands has been pouring money into store remodels and digital kiosks, but those efforts haven't paid off. Many kiosks are riddled with glitches. Since 2022, nearly 150 franchises have filed for bankruptcy, and Moody's Analytics has even flagged Taco Bell's financial stability as concerning. Could the Crunchwrap Supreme be heading for extinction? By 2025, Taco Bell might just call it quits. 2. We have the meats. Or do they? Arby's iconic slogan is sounding more ironic these days as rising beef prices and dwindling market share weigh the brand down. By 2024, the average cost of an Arby's meal hit $11.79, up 10.4% in just 2 years. And guess what? Budget-conscious customers are heading to cheaper alternatives like Wendy's and Subway instead. But pricing isn't Arby's only problem. Chronic shortages of key ingredients, from roast beef to their signature sauces, have forced menu cuts and left customers disappointed. A 2024 report by Placer.ai revealed a 6.7% drop in foot traffic year over year, while competitors like Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's are stealing the spotlight with fresher, faster options. Behind the scenes, it's not much better. Parent company Inspire Brands is juggling too many struggling chains, including Sonic and Buffalo Wild Wings. With resources stretched thin, Arby's has been unable to address consumer complaints or modernize effectively. At this rate, the brand could lose more than just the meats. By 2025, it might lose the entire business. 3. Remember when Popeyes took the fast food world by storm with its viral chicken sandwich in 2019? It was the moment that put the chain on the map in a big way. But fast forward to 2025, and the spicy buzz has fizzled out. Sales have been slipping, with a reported 5.2% drop in same-store sales in 2024, and foot traffic took an even bigger hit, declining by 8.3%, according to QSR Insights. What's driving customers away? Complaints about inconsistent food quality and lackluster service are at the top of the list. On top of that, the cost of poultry has soared by an eye-watering 133% since 2023, leaving franchisees drowning in expenses. Many are already grappling with labor shortages and costly kitchen upgrades, and the pressure is forcing closures. Over 200 Popeyes locations have already shut down since 2022, with another 150 closures predicted by 2025. A survey by Restaurant Dive in 2024 revealed that 42% of franchisees believe their operations are financially unsustainable under these conditions. Meanwhile, competitors like Chick-fil-A are thriving with superior service and streamlined operations. Even Popeye's international expansion, once a beacon of hope, barely made a dent, reporting just 1% growth in new markets in 2024. Without menu innovation or major operational changes, the fried chicken powerhouse that once ruled might be facing an unappetizing reality by 2025. For Jack in the Box has always stood out with its quirky marketing and late night cravings menu, but those quirks may no longer be enough to keep the chain afloat. The chain has danced on the edge of disaster before, but 2024 brought fresh challenges that might push it over. Moody's Analytics listed Jack in the Box among the top 10 U.S. restaurant chains at the highest risk of bankruptcy, and with looming credit downgrades, the future doesn't look so bright. One of the biggest culprits? The skyrocketing 88.5% increase in beef costs in 2024. For a chain that relies heavily on beef-centric favorites like the Jumbo Jack and Ultimate Cheeseburger, that's a financial gut punch. Price hikes on these staples have driven away budget-conscious diners, contributing to a 9% drop in foot traffic year over year. With fierce competition from both fast food giants and fast casual newcomers, Jack in the Box is struggling to maintain its foothold. If it can't figure out how to manage costs and win back its value-conscious fans, that next quirky ad campaign might end up being its farewell tour. 5. Dairy Queen might be famous for flipping its blizzards upside down, but lately it feels like the brand itself is upside down. While its nostalgic appeal has kept it going, DQ's heavy reliance on dessert sales is turning into a big problem in today's fast-evolving market. Inflation has hit hard, driving dairy prices up 12% year over year in 2024. That means higher costs for key ingredients like milk and cream, which has franchisees scrambling to make ends meet. To cope, menu prices have jumped 15% in just 2 years, but the result? Customers are heading elsewhere. Same-store sales are down 7.9%, and rural locations are struggling the most. 25% of Dairy Queen outlets are now operating at a loss, according to Restaurant Business Online. And it's not just profits that are melting away. Competitors like Culver's and Freddy's Frozen Custard are attracting DQ's customers with fresher, more innovative offerings. Meanwhile, Dairy Queen's attempts to expand its menu beyond desserts, with burgers, fries, and chicken tenders, just aren't cutting it against fast food heavyweights like McDonald's and Wendy's. With foot traffic down 10% and customer satisfaction slipping, the once beloved brand could soon fade into a seasonal niche player, or worse, disappear entirely. If franchisees follow through on plans to close 43% of underperforming stores in 2025, this could mark the beginning of the end for Dairy Queen as we know it. 6. Checkers and Rally's known for its bold flavored fries and drive-thru only model, Checkers and Rally's is hitting roadblocks in its fight to stay relevant. Once thriving on its value-packed menu, the chain has been derailed by rising inflation and spiraling operational costs. In 2024, key ingredients like beef, potatoes, and cooking oil surged in price by 14%, forcing Checkers and Rally's to raise menu prices. But instead of helping, the increases have driven away budget-conscious diners, causing a 12% drop in same-store sales. Even worse, the chain's core demographic, lower-income customers, has been hit hard by economic pressures, with many turning to cheaper options like Taco Bell's dollar menu or cutting back on dining out entirely. The drive-thru model, once a strength, has become a liability. Long wait times, averaging over 5 minutes per order, have frustrated customers, leading to a 16% drop in satisfaction, according to QSR magazine. Add to that aging infrastructure and the steep cost of renovations, and it's no surprise franchisees are struggling. Since 2022, nearly 150 locations have closed, with another 200 closures predicted by the end of 2025. Efforts to modernize with delivery and mobile ordering haven't gained traction, with digital sales making up just 8% of revenue in 2024, far below industry benchmarks. Without bold changes, Checkers and Rally's could soon be running on empty. 7. Hardee's was once a heavyweight in the fast food world, famous for its oversized burgers and drive-thru dominance. But today, the brand is losing ground fast, and not in a good way. In 2024, Hardee's reported a staggering 10.4% drop in same-store sales, its worst performance in over a decade, according to QSR Insights. Rising costs for key ingredients like beef, combined with increasing labor expenses, are putting immense pressure on franchisees. The chain is stuck in a tough spot, unable to compete with value-driven rivals like Wendy's or premium burger spots like Five Guys. Hardee's finds itself caught in the middle. and losing customers to both sides. This downward spiral of shrinking traffic and thinning resources leaves the chain's future hanging by a thread. If Hardee's can't find a way to reinvent itself in the crowded burger market, 2025 might be the year it takes its last drive-through order. 8. Panera Bread, once a pioneer in the fast casual dining scene, is losing its grip on the market. While the chain introduced innovations like a loyalty program and menu expansions, it hasn't been enough to keep pace with its competitors. Digital sales growth, for example, crawled to just 2.5% year over year in 2024, falling far behind the double-digit gains of fast casual stars like Chipotle and Sweetgreen. Franchisees are also feeling the heat. Corporate demands for constant menu testing and costly store renovations have driven many operators to their breaking point. Since 2022, over 180 Panera locations have closed, with another 15 closures expected by the end of 2020. Even new menu additions like pizza have failed to generate significant revenue or bring in new customers. Worse still, consumer trust is fading. Complaints about shrinking portions and declining food quality are tarnishing Panera's reputation. Meanwhile, fresh competitors like CAVA and Tender Greens are luring away customers with more affordable, high-quality options. If Panera can't address these growing concerns, its reputation as a fast casual leader might crumble, leaving it struggling to stay relevant in an increasingly crowded field. Domino's, the long-reigning king of pizza delivery, is finding its throne shakier than ever. Once praised for its efficient delivery model, the chain is now facing stiff competition from third-party apps like Uber Eats and DoorDash. These platforms offer customers not only convenience, but a world of dining options at their fingertips, and Domino's is struggling to keep up. In 2024, delivery sales, which made up 65% of Domino's revenue, dropped by 8.9% according to QSR Magazine. The company's refusal to fully integrate with third-party apps has left it trailing competitors who've embraced the digital shift. To make matters worse, rising costs are eating into profits. Cheese prices spiked 14% last year, and labor costs climbed 11%, squeezing franchisees' profit margins to razor-thin levels of just 2 to 3% in some regions. The fallout has been severe. Over 200 locations closed globally in 2024, and projections show 300 more could shut down by the end of 2025. Delivery times, once a point of pride for Domino's, have also taken a hit, increasing by an average of 8 minutes. For a brand built on speed and consistency, these delays are a recipe for disaster. If Domino's doesn't pivot fast, whether by embracing third-party platforms or rethinking its strategy, it risks losing its slice of the market entirely. 10 Shake Shack, the one-time darling of the gourmet burger revolution, is struggling to keep its premium edge as economic challenges pile up. The chain has always been known for its upscale offerings, but in 2024, the average cost of a Shake Shack meal hit $16.95, a 12% increase from the previous year. And for budget-conscious diners, that's a tough pill to swallow. The result? Foot traffic dipped by 1.3%, and same-store sales plunged 7.8%, according to Technomic. Even as Shake Shack opened 40 new locations last year, many of these stores are already losing money, especially in urban areas where foot traffic remains 18% below pre-pandemic levels. The chain's attempt to lean into digital ordering and mobile pickup has also stumbled, plagued by technical glitches that have frustrated customers. Meanwhile, competitors like Five Guys and In-N-Out are excelling in both convenience and consistency, leaving Shake Shack struggling to keep up. Supply chain issues have only added to the chaos. Rising costs for beef, potatoes, and dairy slash profit margins to under 4% in 2024. Without major adjustments to its pricing, operations, or strategy, Shake Shack risks losing its coveted spot as the king of upscale fast casual. 11. Starbucks. Even global powerhouses like Starbucks aren't immune to the harsh realities of today's fast food landscape. In 2024, the average price of your favorite Starbucks drink soared to $6.35, a 15% jump in just 2 years. And for price-conscious customers, that's a bitter brew to swallow. Foot traffic took a massive hit, dropping 11.2%, while same-store sales shrank by 7.4%. The company's rising costs are a major culprit. Starbucks' pledge to raise wages to $17 per hour by the end of 2024 has significantly driven up operational expenses. Meanwhile, the cost of key ingredients like coffee beans and milk has surged by 12% and 9% respectively. Profit margins, which once stood at a solid 20%, have now dwindled to under 8%, leaving investors nervous. And it doesn't stop there. A growing unionization movement is brewing trouble. By the end of 2024, over 350 Starbucks locations in the U.S. had unionized, with employees demanding better pay and working conditions. These negotiations are adding even more financial strain to the company. Starbucks' much-hyped push toward digital and delivery sales isn't faring much better. While mobile app orders make up 28% of total sales, that's far behind competitors like Dunkin', which boasts a more impressive 41%. Internationally, the story's no brighter. Starbucks' aggressive expansion into China, a once promising market, is faltering. Slower economic growth and stiff competition from homegrown brands like Luckin Coffee have eaten into its market share. In 2024 alone, Starbucks shut down over 300 underperforming locations worldwide, and analysts are bracing for another 500 closures by the end of 2025. And there you have it, 20 fast food giants fighting to stay afloat in a cutthroat industry. From skyrocketing costs to fierce competition and their own missteps, these brands are at a pivotal crossroads. For some, the message is loud and clear. Adapt, innovate, or fade into history. Did your favorite spot make the list? If so, now might be the perfect time to grab one last meal before the lights go out for good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on the stories shaping our world. Until next time, take care and stay curious.